The third night of BTS ARIRANG World Tour at Stanford Stadium was supposed to be unforgettable. Fans expected emotional speeches, explosive choreography, and another sold-out performance from the biggest group in the world. But nobody expected the night to become one of the most talked-about concerts of 2026 because of one shocking moment that completely transformed the atmosphere inside the stadium. As the sun disappeared behind the California hills and the lights inside Stanford Stadium slowly dimmed, more than 70,000 fans screamed in anticipation while purple light sticks illuminated the entire venue like a galaxy. The energy already felt different from the first two nights. ARMYs Online had been saying since the afternoon that the members looked unusually intense during soundcheck, almost as if they were preparing something bigger for the final Stanford performance. From the opening song, the production looked larger than ever. Giant LED walls surrounded the stage, while flames erupted from both sides of the stadium. The crowd screamed every time a member appeared on the massive screens. Jungkook sprinted across the extended stage while Jimin waved to fans seated in the highest sections. RM stood near the center platform, staring at the audience as if he wanted everyone to remember the night forever. The ARIRANG Tour had already become famous for its cinematic storytelling and huge special effects, but the third Stanford concert pushed everything beyond expectations. During the early part of the show, fans noticed that the smoke machines seemed more aggressive than before. Thick clouds rolled across the stage during transitions, covering the dancers and slowly spreading into the lower sections of the audience. At first, nobody thought much about it. Fans were too busy screaming lyrics, recording fancams, and trying to survive the overwhelming excitement of seeing BTS live again. Every song felt louder than the previous night. The bass shook the stadium seats. Fireworks exploded repeatedly above the roof structure. Even security staff were seen turning around to watch certain moments because the atmosphere inside Stanford Stadium felt unreal. Then came the moment everyone would later talk about online. The giant screens suddenly turned black. A deep siren-like sound echoed through the stadium speakers, while red lights flashed across the arena. ARMYs immediately recognized the intro arrangement of HOLIGAN, the dark and aggressive performance track that had recently become one of the most streamed songs from the ARIRANG era. The reaction from the audience was instant chaos. People screamed so loudly that the audio from fan recordings almost completely distorted. Thousands of light sticks began shaking violently as fans jumped from their seats. The stage floor opened slowly while smoke started pouring upward from hidden vents underneath the platforms. But this was not normal concert smoke anymore. Within seconds, enormous waves of white and gray smoke exploded across the entire stage setup. Massive smoke cannons fired upward repeatedly, while thick clouds drifted into the crowd areas. The production team appeared to synchronize every beat of HOLIGAN with another blast of smoke, making the performance feel more like an action movie than a concert. J-Hope emerged first through the smoke, barely visible as lights flashed behind him. His silhouette alone caused another eruption from the audience. Then V appeared from the opposite side wearing a long black coat while the entire stadium turned crimson red. Fans online later described the moment as apocalyptic. The smoke became so thick during the chorus that many people sitting far from the stage temporarily lost sight of the members completely. Some audience videos showed entire sections disappearing under giant clouds, while laser lights sliced through the haze above the stadium. Yet strangely, the chaos only made the performance feel more powerful. Every time the beat dropped, another wall of smoke exploded into the air. Jungkook's aggressive vocals echoed through the stadium, while SUGA delivered his rap section surrounded by flashing strobe lights and rolling smoke effects. The visual combination created one of the most dramatic stages BTS had ever performed. Social media exploded immediately. Clips from the performance flooded TikTok, X, Instagram, and Korean fan communities before the song even ended. Many fans joked that nobody inside Stanford Stadium could breathe properly because of how much smoke filled the arena during HOLIGAN. Others said the entire concert felt like the stadium itself was on fire. One viral post read, BTS didn't perform HOLIGAN tonight. They declared war on Stanford Stadium. Another fan wrote, "I thought the smoke effects would stop after the intro, but they kept getting bigger every minute. This was insanity." Videos recorded from the upper levels showed smoke clouds floating across huge sections of the audience, while fireworks continued exploding above the stage. The visuals looked so cinematic that many people online initially believed the clips were edited. But fans who attended the concert confirmed the effects were real. Several audience members later admitted they were coughing and laughing at the same time because the atmosphere became so overwhelming during the performance. Others described struggling to focus because every few seconds another explosion of smoke or light would shock the crowd again. Still, nobody wanted the song to end. The performance lasted only a few minutes, but it instantly became the defining moment of the entire Stanford stop. Even fans who attended the first and second nights agreed that HOLIGAN, on night 3, felt completely different. More dangerous, more emotional, more explosive. Industry insiders attending the concert reportedly looked stunned throughout the performance. Some production experts later discussed online how difficult it would have been to coordinate that level of pyrotechnics and smoke timing inside a stadium environment. One entertainment blogger even called it the closest thing modern pop has to a Super Bowl halftime spectacle. What shocked fans even more was BTS themselves appearing completely fearless inside the chaos. Despite the massive smoke blasts, flashing lights, and limited visibility, the members continued performing flawlessly. Jungkook sprinted across moving platforms, while Jimin maintained stable vocals despite smoke swirling around the stage. Jimin danced through thick clouds so dramatically that fans compared the visuals to scenes from a dystopian film. RM later smiled during his Ment segment and jokingly asked the audience, "Did everyone survive HOLIGAN?" The stadium erupted into laughter and screams. Even BTS seemed aware that the performance had gone far beyond normal concert production. Several members looked amazed by the audience reaction. Cameras caught V staring into the crowd with a shocked smile after the final chorus ended. But perhaps the most unforgettable part happened near the ending of the song. As the instrumental intensified for the final drop, every smoke cannon inside the stadium fired simultaneously. The explosion of smoke was so huge that audience cameras temporarily captured nothing but white haze covering the entire stage area. Fans screamed hysterically while fireworks launched above the roofline. The sound inside the stadium became deafening. For a few seconds, BTS completely disappeared behind the smoke. Then suddenly, as the beat ended, the smoke slowly separated under bright white lights, revealing all 7 members standing together in silence at center stage. The crowd lost control. Some fans cried immediately. Others simply stared in shock because the visual looked almost unreal. Videos of that exact moment spread worldwide within minutes, gaining millions of views overnight. Many fans began calling it the greatest ARIRANG Tour performance so far. Others said it was one of the best live stages BTS had ever created. American media outlets quickly picked up the story after clips started trending globally. Entertainment pages described Stanford Night 3 as pure chaos in the best possible way. Korean fans also reacted intensely, praising BTS for continuously reinventing stadium performances years into their career. The word HOLIGAN itself started trending in multiple countries shortly after the concert ended. What made the moment even more emotional was knowing Stanford marked the end of BTS' California stop before moving deeper into the world tour. Fans understood this performance would become one of those legendary concert moments people would discuss for years. Outside the stadium after the concert, thousands of fans continued replaying videos from the smoke-filled performance while waiting for transportation. Some people could still smell fireworks and stage smoke in the air hours later. One fan laughed while recording a vlog outside the venue. "I think BTS removed oxygen from Stanford tonight." Another said, "This wasn't a concert. This was survival." Even local residents reportedly heard the fireworks and crowd noise from far outside the stadium area. Social media users who were nowhere near the venue began asking what exactly happened inside Stanford because videos looked so unbelievable. The ARIRANG Tour had already been praised for its production quality before Stanford, but after the third night, expectations for the remaining tour stops became even higher. Fans attending future concerts immediately started wondering whether BTS would recreate the HOLIGAN smoke chaos in other stadiums around the world. Some even worried no future performance could top it. Music critics also began discussing how BTS continues pushing live concert production into new territory. While many artists rely heavily on screens and choreography, BTS combines storytelling, stage design, pyrotechnics, smoke engineering, lighting, and raw audience energy into one overwhelming experience. And somehow, instead of distracting from the music, the smoke and chaos during HOLIGAN made the song feel even more intense emotionally. The performance captured something that modern concerts rarely achieve: genuine unpredictability. Nobody inside Stanford Stadium truly knew what would happen next during those few minutes. Every explosion of smoke increased the tension. Every lighting change amplified the feeling that the entire stadium had transformed into another world. By the time BTS performed the final encore songs later that night, the crowd still kept talking about HOLIGAN. Even during emotional ballads, fans continued replaying clips and showing each other videos from the earlier performance. It had become the defining memory of the night. When the concert finally ended and the members gathered together for their closing goodbye, RM thanked the audience for giving BTS one of the loudest nights of the entire tour. Jungkook repeatedly looked around the stadium in disbelief while fireworks exploded overhead one final time. Meanwhile, fans below continued chanting BTS' name through the remaining smoke drifting across the stage. As people slowly exited Stanford Stadium under the cool California night sky, one feeling seemed universal among everyone who attended. They knew they had witnessed something historic. Not just another concert, not just another tour stop, but one chaotic, unforgettable night where BTS transformed Stanford Stadium into a world of smoke, fire, noise, emotion, and complete madness during HOLIGAN. A performance so intense that fans everywhere are still talking about it long after the lights went out. The internet became completely obsessed with the Stanford performance only hours after the concert ended. By sunrise the next morning, clips from HOLIGAN had already spread across every major platform, with millions of fans replaying the same chaotic moments again and again. Some videos focused on the overwhelming smoke effects covering the stadium, while others zoomed in on the members themselves, whose expressions during the performance made the entire stage feel even more intense. One particular clip of Jungkook standing inside thick white smoke while red lights flashed behind him became one of the most viral BTS videos of the year. Fans called it the most cinematic concert moment of 2026. His silhouette could barely be seen through the haze, yet his vocals remained sharp and aggressive as the bass shook the entire stadium. Another clip showed Jimin disappearing completely behind a massive smoke blast before suddenly reappearing in sync with the beat drop. The audience reaction in the background sounded almost frightening because thousands of people screamed at exactly the same time. Even fans who had attended hundreds of concerts admitted they had never experienced anything like it. As more fancams surfaced online, people began noticing details that were impossible to see clearly during the actual performance. Smoke machines hidden under the extended runway had apparently been programmed to activate in waves depending on the rhythm of the song. Every major transition in HOLIGAN triggered another explosion of smoke, making the performance feel alive and unpredictable. Some fans even joked that the production team treated smoke like another member of BTS. Meanwhile, Korean media started publishing headlines describing the Stanford concert as legendary chaos. American entertainment blogs praised the group for transforming a stadium performance into what looked like a movie scene. One article compared the visuals to a dystopian action film because the smoke effects became so dense that the entire stage looked like a battlefield. But what truly shocked everyone was hearing stories from fans who were actually inside the stadium. People sitting close to the main stage described feeling sudden bursts of heat every time fireworks exploded above the smoke clouds. Others said the atmosphere became so loud during HOLIGAN that they physically felt the sound vibrating through their bodies. One fan wrote online, "When the smoke cannons exploded during the final chorus, I literally couldn't see the people sitting beside me anymore." Another said, "I've attended every BTS tour since Love Yourself and nothing compares to Stanford Night 3. HOLIGAN changed the entire atmosphere of the stadium." Fans also noticed something unusual about BTS themselves during the performance. The members looked more emotional than expected. RM repeatedly stared into the audience between verses as if he was trying to absorb every second of the moment. V smirked several times after hearing the audience scream louder with every smoke blast. J-Hope, known for his incredible stage presence, appeared almost possessed by the energy of the performance as he moved through the haze-covered stage. But it was SUGA who perhaps shocked fans the most. During his rap verse, cameras captured him walking slowly through heavy smoke while sparks exploded behind him. The visual immediately went viral because many fans said he looked like the main character of a post-apocalyptic movie. Edits flooded social media within hours. Dramatic slow-motion videos, cinematic filters, and emotional fan compilations turned the Stanford HOLIGAN performance into a global online phenomenon. Some edits reached millions of views overnight. Even people who were not BTS fans started reacting to the clips because the production looked too massive to ignore. Several celebrities reportedly reposted videos from the concert, calling the visuals insane and next level. One Hollywood producer even tweeted, "How are BTS concerts more cinematic than actual movies?" The tweet quickly went viral.